Hi,
Hi, Amy. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right. Uh, did you just do anything fun this week?
mm, Not really. I had to
Not really.
make some videos for the piano fest, I think.
Oh, that's fun. And how did those go?
Um, I had to redo one video because I didn't state like the date and my piece, but otherwise it's pretty good.
That's good. Okay, so this week, you worked on those broken octaves, right? On page 27.
Uh, One second, let me get my book. Yeah.
Okay, so before we start, what do you think was the hardest and the easiest part about this one? Because this one is a little bit harder, I noticed.
Um, at the end, I always get mixed up. Um, and then just keeping with the rhythm is kind of
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Um, all right, so do you want to just start from the beginning?
hard.
Yeah, that was really good. I noticed because so kind of that first time you played through, I noticed a few rhythm mistakes like you were talking about. But then after that, like on that second, when it does that first little thing, when it does it a second time, your rhythm was exact. So I think you know kind of just how to do it. You just struggled on that first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the same on that second one. Let's go to that end, those last two measures, just where you kind of messed up. Um, so let's just do the right hand only. Yeah, and what fingers are you using for those?
Uh, 4415.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
141415.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I would have thought maybe 1 4 and then 2 5, but 1 5. I think 1 5 is better because there's staccato anyways. Um, So what do you think is causing those issues? Um, just is it just kind of a memory thing, or is it the left hand when you do both of them together that you can't remember to go up?
Uh, just like memory thing, I think.
Okay. Um, so let's just play it really slow. Just kind of practice it really slow and look ahead at what note you're going to next. Yeah. So did anything kind of feel a little different that time?
Mm, not really.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, so just kind of keep that maybe just looking forward to the next note, being prepared to go to that next one instead of just reading one at a time, because and then when you get to that, it's just going to be same on the right hand. So you can kind of look ahead to that next measure where your left hand, drops down to C. Um, okay, so now let's go to, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to those broken octaves next. Is there can you play through, let's do measure 5, 6, and 7.
Both hands.
Yes, both hands. Yeah, that was really good. So I think one thing that might make it a little bit easier, I can't really see your hands well, but do you feel a little tense on those octaves?
Mm,
Like, does your hand feel like really tense like this?
mm, sometimes when I'm moving down.
Okay, so I have a little way that we can kind of fix that movement to make it a little more comfortable for your hand, and then that will make it sound just a little bit more accurate because there's a couple just little tiny mistakes. Um, we kind of want to have this more of a rotation on our wrist, okay? Instead of having it spread out and hitting with our fingers, we want to maybe rock back and forth. Does that make sense? Just this kind of movement. We're rocking back and forth as we're going down.
Uh,
So with that on the piano, you would lean towards that pinky. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Having this rocking back and forth between the notes motion. So try that out just with your right hand. Yeah. Um, does that feel a little bit better?
Yeah.
A little more comfortable? Okay, so let's try it with the left hand there. Yeah, that was it right there. And then another thing you can kind of keep in mind is you're kind of like landing on the thumb there, just kind of throwing your thumb down onto it.
Uh,
Still keeping that little rotation, but kind of imagine that you're throwing your thumb down. So let's try that one more time. Yeah. Yeah, that was perfect. Okay. Now let's apply that same motion to the one that we have on that last system with measures 21 and 22.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So did you feel that wrist movement? Did it feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So now we are going to take a look at the dynamics because when I was listening that first time, it was feeling a little bit. It sounded mezzo forte for the whole piece. So can you spot out the different sections where we're going to be having a contrast?
In the first measure, there's forte, third measure, piano, fifth measure, forte again, and then 11th measure, piano, 13, forte, or 14, forte, and then
Yeah.
19, piano again, until the end.
Yeah. So do you notice any pattern with where the fortes are?
They're always at the start of like a phrase,
Not always. Well, actually,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
sentence.
yeah, that's right. But it's not at the start of every phrase though.
Yeah.
Is
And then there's
so
piano in the middle.
yeah. Um, let's look at so we have those octave phrases. That's where we're kind of going to be forte at. Because like right before that we have a little piano section, and then when the octaves come in, we want to be loud again. So let's find that contrast there. Let's go to measure 3, just kind of where we have piano, just really delicate. Yeah, yeah, that just like that. I noticed one little detail just when you're getting to the end of that first phrase that we played. We kind of want to close it off. We don't want to make that C really loud. We don't want to have an accent on it. We kind of just want to, yeah, just like that, just to kind of close it off like we're ending a sentence. So, yeah, so let's use that there and then go that same, starting from that same spot and going through the octaves. Yeah, yeah, just like that. So do you have any questions just on how we're changing those dynamics from phrase to phrase?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, so we just want to make sure, you're closing off that one phrase and then coming in really strong on the octaves to just we want to come in with a lot more power than what we ended off with. And that's kind of just the whole idea there. Because this piece, it's called Those Broken Octaves, like it's just really mad at all these broken octaves that we had, and we want to play them almost angrily, just like we're just trying to get through those. But yeah, you kind of want to have that sort of sense when you're going into those octaves, just a lot of anger, just anger, just going into playing those octaves to get them over with. We don't want to play them too fast, but we want to make sure we kind of put that emotion in. So can you try it again from measure 3? Actually, let's start from measure 4 and just go until 7. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Yeah, so that's all that I have for this lesson. Now it'll be Olivia's turn, but it's really sad. I think this is our last time that we're gonna be teaching you this semester.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good luck with your Piano Fest videos. I hope they go all well, and have a good week.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Amy, I heard you you were recording your Piano Fest videos. What pieces are you playing for that?
Waltz in A minor and Egyptian Rhapsody.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Egyptian Rhapsody. Which one do you like more?
The waltz is more like more fun to play, but the Egyptian Rhapsody, it has like more variations in it, and it can show a lot more like phrases and like colors and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's more like interesting.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, good luck with that. So we're gonna play hopping today. Before we I know I usually have trouble with my computer and piano. It always sounds staccato. I don't know why. Does this sound okay? Or does it sound staccato?
It sounds good.
Okay, good. Okay, so before we start, I just want to know if there's any places in the piece that need work or that you want help on or that you're struggling with, because maybe we can work on it before you play through it, so that when you play through it, then it's better. If not, if you don't have any places, that's okay too.
Usually I just need to remember like the left hand slurs.
Mm-hmm.
And then at like measure at 7 and 8, I need to remember that it's a, because sometimes I do and then it sounds wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are actually when I was playing through this, those were two things that I actually struggled with, and then I had to practice because it's not easy. This takes a lot of coordination for sure. Okay, so do you want to work on those right now before you play it, or do you want to work on it after?
Maybe work on like measures 7 and 8.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So what fingering are you using? Just what's written, or do you have for the G to the E?
I have
Okay.
so 5, 5, 3, 2, 1.
5, 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. So let's just play hands together. Just those two measures, but go really slow. And when you get to measure 8, just remember 3. Actually, before you get to measure 8, you should be thinking, okay, I'm gonna play 3. I'm gonna play 3. The first beat of measure 8 is my third finger.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. Good. let's play the last eighth note of measure 7 and then going into measure 8. And this time let's just work on that transition. So does that make sense? Just working on the transition.
Yeah.
And let's just play through it 3 times or until you're comfortable.
Okay.
Do you want to Good. Does that feel more comfortable, or do you want to keep repeating that?
I think it feels more comfortable.
Okay, so do you want to play just the full 2 measures now? Play it 2 times.
Oh, wait.
Okay, does that feel better?
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's play through the whole piece if you can, or however far you got, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, good job. That was really good. Yeah, how did that feel? What do you think you did good with? What did you think you could work on?
I could work on the last 2 measures and 7 and 8 more.
Mhm.
And then I think I got most of the left-hand slurs, and can do more with what's it called? Dynamics.
Right. Yeah, I think those are all really great things. I was wondering why. So this is Kavalevsky, and he composed some other songs that you've learned earlier in the semester, like Night on the River, I think you did, and maybe A Merry Tune.
Mm-hmm.
Learned that one too. I was wondering why it was called Hopping. Because like it sounds happy, you know, like I guess, but I don't really I was wondering why it was called do you might know why he could have called it Hopping?
I think maybe he called it hopping because in the left hand it's kind of like hop hop.
Right. Yeah. I think the articulation is what makes it sound hopping. So I'm gonna play the first 2 lines, or just the first little bit, and watch my hands and tell me how hopping relates to this. Do you see my hands?
Yeah.
Oh, they were kind of bouncing up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why he may have called it hopping. Was the art, if you do the articulation right, it kind of looks like your hands are hopping and it sounds hopping, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you're right about measure 7 and 8. I think that just takes more time. Slow practice, practicing hands separate, thinking before you play measure 8, thinking, okay, I'm gonna play that first beat, that first note with my third finger, you know, things that if you just have more time, then like then you'll get it. But what I want to work on is articulation. So what do you think the tricky thing is with the articulation, just with like those first 2 measures? What about it is like different or like difficult, or
Having 2 note slurs and then not slurring it with the 3rd and 4th note.
right, yeah. You're having 2 note slurs where, and how do we play 2 note slurs like musically? Right, down up, but then you have in your right hand, it's just one, the whole measure is just a phrase. And
Yeah.
it takes coordination, right? So what I want to do is let's can you like put down the fall board, or I guess you can do it in the air or whatever you want. And I want to just work on the wrist motion of the piece, just actually those first 2 measures, because it applies to the rest of the song. And I want to get really good at just knowing what your wrists do, so that when you play, it just comes naturally, and the articulation, you don't have to think as much about it, okay? So the first beat, we play hands together, right? So
Yeah.
both are down, right? But then what's happening in the left hand? What's the next? We have the 2 8th notes, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, we go down up to play that, right? So if we have down with both, then our left hand comes up, and then on the 2nd or the 3rd 8th note, then that's the end of our right hand phrase, so that will come up, but we have to play another 2 note slur, so our left hand will go down and then up again. So what it should look like is down, left, right, up. Does that make sense? Down, left, right, together. Down, left, right, both. Down, left, right, both. Okay, do you want to try that? Good. Okay, so let's just keep doing it. Let's just repeat it until we can do it without thinking. Yeah, down. Sorry, is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want, you can say it with, or like as you do it. Down, left, right, together. Down, left, right, together. Down, left, right, together. Good, good. Now let's do it 5 more times. Yeah, it takes coordination, but I think down, that saying it in your mind, down, left, right, together, can help you. Also, when I say left, I mean left goes up, and then when I say right,
Yeah.
it goes up. Yeah. So do you want to just play? You don't have to worry about the notes. Just play whatever notes come to you, but focus on down, left, together, down, left, together. Good. I think that sounds a lot better. I think with practice, this really does take a lot of coordination, which takes practice, but I think that already sounds so much better. When you play each of those, can you crescendo into the next measure, but then kind of pull back and then crescendo again? So like, good. And make sure, actually, I guess you're doing that right, so never mind. Okay, and I think I loved your articulation with the, that was really good. So do you want to play through the whole thing again? Or yeah, just one more time. And this time, pay attention to the dynamics. It gives you a lot of dynamics, so you can go slow to catch them all. But imagine you're like playing hopscotch or something, and then like, and you're playing and everyone's laughing, and then oh no, like what's gonna happen next? Are they gonna make it? You know, you kind of get quiet, like the are they gonna make it? And then they, oh, they made it, you know. Yeah, so let's just play it one more time and then we will be done.
Okay.
Good job. That was so much better. Also, that was a lot of work for just 1 week. Yeah, this song, I sat down to play it and I was like, what is going on? I had to actually like practice this one. So, Kate, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good week. And like Sam said, we're sad that this is our last time teaching you, but you've been an awesome student. And I just can't believe you learned all of those songs in 1 semester. That's just so crazy. It's good for you. All right. Well, I will see you later, I guess.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.